Right.
he keeps it up.
Well,
He's going to threaten 70 if he keeps it. Now, I know that's a big if.
well, I mean,
But-
he's got 32 before July.
He's on pace to break Bonds' record before the All-Star game.
Yeah, and
Which I think was 39.
I think
He's on pace for 40.
He's the fourth guy ever with 32 before July 1st, but there's a lot of June left. All right, Mariners went 11-2. Next, weird. White Sox third baseman with a couple eephus pitches. First one, out of the zone, but he gets the called strike. Second one, swing and a miss, get out of here.
It's tough to catch up to 53 miles an
Yeah.
hour.
Also, this was for Wildes because we put the snakes in there because, well, they dominating the game, but also can't hit the eephus pitch. Next, wonderful. Man, I gotta get an invite to Chris Brickley's gym. Like, this is where yesterday LeBron and KD were there. This is the go-to spot for all player workouts when they're in New York City. Durant, looking like Kevin Durant. It's pretty good. He's hitting jump shots, looking awesome. All right, next, weird. Checking on Wildes Red Sox. Oh, no. Alex Cora, not happy with the double play call. Lets the ump hear it, doesn't hold back. His second straight ejection. Red Sox lose 3 straight. Alex Cora, the umpire's like, hey, man, I didn't make him trade Devers. Get out of my face.
Throwing a
My
tantrum.
rule on umpire or manager ejections, get your money's worth.
Well, he got his money.
Make sure you get your money.
Kick some dirt, bring a base home for a souvenir.
I want more than that, actually,
Yeah.
Finally, wonderful. Inter Miami. This is sick. Up 1-0 on Palmeiras. Luis Suarez. It's 39. Still got some juice. Watch this. No. Bang!
That's nice.
Yeah,
Top
power
left
through.
corner for the goal. It does end in a 2-2 draw. Messi and Inter Miami, though, in the Club World Cup, guess who they play next? PSG, his former team.
Oh, interesting.
That's as big of a Club World Cup game as you'll ever see. Inter Messi against PSG. That's all from the national pastimes. All right, getting back to football. Niners might have a bit of a problem on their hands, trying to repair the relationship with Brandon Aiyuk. Trade talks circulated after Ayuk's season-ending injury in Week 7. Weeks ago, John Lynch said the relationship's all good. Brandon Aiyuk feels otherwise, posting on a comment on YouTube. They were talking about trading me while I was off Percocets, muscle relaxers, and peeing in a cup in my bed, by my bed. Couldn't walk for 10 weeks. Ain't nobody trading for me. Laughing emoji, dead emoji. I also want to say something before you go, Brew. We in sports media cannot be expected to be following all these guys on Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, Twitter, and now also their YouTube comment pages like this. I think this happened, honest to God. This comment is not like it's from yesterday. It's from, I think, a few days ago, but just someone discovered it, and so your reaction to your Niners, Brew. This is one of your favorite teams.
Well, I don't know what he's saying. Is he saying it sarcastically, like they were trying to trade me, but nobody traded for me? Like, I will just say this: taking the approach that he is upset with the team. I don't understand that. One, they paid you $30 million a year. Two, you were bad when you came back last year. The 7 games you played before you got hurt, you're dropping balls left and right. That said, if I'm the Niners, you got to call him in. John Lynch, Shanahan, you have to call him in and say, look, we love you. We wouldn't have paid you that much money if we didn't think you were great. We would never trade 2023 Brandon Aiyuk. Last year, we would trade that Brandon. I mean, be real. We would trade that Brandon Aiyuk.
Knows
We
they
think the real one is 2023.
That's the problem.
But they ended up giving him $30 million. They didn't have to do that.
Right, but the thing, look, to your point about the YouTube page, when we did this on Breakfast Ball this morning, I was thank you. I was asking all the producers, like, are you sure this is new and recent? Because we can do the timeline on this. This quote would have made a ton of sense last August.
Yeah.
Because last August 14th, the 49ers granted Brandon Aiyuk permission to seek a trade because he wanted a trade. We were doing how would Brandon Aiyuk be as a...
We actually did a story that he was traded to Pittsburgh, thanks to Andrew Filipponi.
Exactly.
We led the show with that.
Pittsburgh, Cleveland, New England.
Yeah.
It was all out there. And then August 29th, 15 days after he had been given permission, they signed him to the $76 million guaranteed, $120 million contract. And this is how what happens in the NFL. The old joke is NFL, it stands for not for long. Things can change over time. He played 7 games. And Brou, to your point, he did this in the 7 games, and it wasn't remarkably impressive with, count 'em, carry the one, 0 touchdowns.
Yep.
But again, things change in the NFL quickly. Who else was on the Niners catching passes last year since they gave Brandon Aiyuk $120 million? Juwan Jennings and Ricky Pearsall. Pearsall started 4 games. He had 3 touchdowns in his 4 starts. Jennings was awesome, looks like a superstar. Those are young, cheap players. So what else happened? They gave Brock Purdy $265 million. So from last August, when he was down to get traded, they gave you $120 million, you got bad, and you blew out your knee. 2 guys got young and cheap and better than you, and they paid their quarterback a boatload of money.
And they traded Debo.
So you're saying you think what? He wants out?
I'm not saying he wants out. I'm saying you could be loved one moment in the NFL, and then you could be on the trade block the next. Tyreek Hill was traded. A.J. Brown was traded. Better players than Brandon Aiyuk have been traded. So Brandon Aiyuk needs to get out of his feelings, recover from the knee injury, and get back in the damn end zone. This comment is ridiculous.
Okay, yeah. I think that's right. I also think that everybody except for, I think, me, can keep pretending the Niners are going to be awesome. They're not. The Niners.
That's not even the
You've
point.
seen the schedule.
The argument.
It's the
Everybody
easiest
that
schedule
loves
in
the
the league.
Niners next year, the reason they love them is they play the bad teams.
But not just I think they got good personnel, and I think Salah's going to do a good job with the defense.
I think that there are a lot of ominous signs for the Niners that they're not going to magically go from what they win 6 last year,
Yeah,
6 wins to 11 or 12 wins, the way a lot of people think. And I think that Ayuk is their most talented pass catcher at this point, depending on how you grade Kittle as purely a pass catcher.
Christian McCaffrey?
Yeah, well,
if McCaffrey's healthy, they're going to be really good.
And
yeah,
I think
I
their
just don't
trio
know.
of wide receivers is good. Assuming
and-
Pearsall's healthy, Jennings is a great number 3 receiver.
Yeah, I think that if
Decent
we
number
did wide
2.
receiver cores, listed them one by one in the NFL, the Niners are not in the top 15. I don't think they have an above average wide receiver room, and the most talented guy in that room seems to be unhappy, seems like it would be problematic. We'll see. I'm low on the Niners for the second straight year. All right, coming up next, the Thunder. They're like, hey, what if we also had a top 10 pick?
That's right.
A couple days after the championship.
That's right.
Discuss it next. First things first.
What makes a carnival vacation fun? A little bit of everything?